Good afternoon. Today's devotion is in the midst of mighty waters. The psalm for today, Psalm 32, has a heading of the joy of forgiveness, which goes really well with the gospel lesson for this week about the prodigal son and God's great forgiveness. But as I was reading it, a couple of verses in the middle grabbed me that have nothing to do with forgiveness. Verses 6 and 7 say, "Therefore, let all who are faithful offer prayer to you. At a time of distress, the rush of mighty waters shall not reach them. You are a hiding place for me. You preserve me from trouble. You surround me with glad cries of deliverance." It made me think of the thunderstorm that went during Monday night through into Tuesday morning. There were tornadoes just a couple of miles from my son and his wife, and they had got pictures of all of the upended cars and trucks and the damage there. Here, even without the tornado warnings, which did come, I knew it was bad because both dogs came in and leaned against me and started to cry. I had to lie on the floor between them and hug them and reassure them that it was going to be okay while they cuddled against me, shivering. And while we were on vacation, we didn't spend much time in the ocean because was really choppy and the waves were really huge and it wasn't all that much fun to play in. But one time when we were playing in the water, we were just knee deep and this huge wave crested over our heads and it knocked my feet out from under me. I'm pretty sure it scared John Paul worse than it scared me. I wasn't hurt, it just knocked me to my knees. But isn't that a great image for how life feels sometimes? Things go wrong. You're in an accident. Someone you love gets sick. You lose your job. A hurricane or a tornado destroys your home. Someone you love dies. And it feels like things are completely out of control. We feel tossed around by the waves or battered by the storm. It feels like we can't get our feet. To be honest, ever since the news broke that Russia had invaded the Ukraine, it has felt like our whole world was out of control to me. Life as we know it has been thrown around by the waves of the storm. But we have a refuge. We can offer prayer in our times of distress, and God promises to be with us. God offers us a safe harbor in the storms of life. God is with us to get us through it. Now, that doesn't mean storms won't come, but that God stands with us through it, so that when it is over, we can join the glad cries of deliverance. When my dogs were afraid of the real danger of that storm, they came to their mommy for reassurance and protection. The storm was still raging, but they felt better after being held and reassured. We can do the same thing. Take the storms and the waves of life to our Heavenly Father, and God will give us peace and reassurance to help us get through the storm. The storm may still be raging, but we will know that we are held by one who loves us enough to die for us. And God promises to give us peace in our times of trouble. Have a blessed week.